Hello guys, welcome back to another Android application development tutorial. Today we are going to learn about how to upload images to the application server using Volley. So before going to start the application development, here I am going to show you the exact Android app that we are going to make. For this application, we need an application server. Here I am going to use the localhost as application server, and here I'm going to use a WAMP server application. Go to the installation folder of WAMP server. So inside the root directory of the localhost, here I already create a folder called image upload app. In that folder, here is another folder called uploads. We are going to place all the uploaded images to this folder. And here is the PHP script that needed for the upload operation. Now go to the home page of WAMP server. Go to PHP myadmin. Here I already created a database called DB upload. In that database we have a table called image info. The table contains two columns, ID and name, and here ID is the primary key field. Now there is no information are available on the database. Now we are going to run the Android application. I already installed the application on this virtual device. So here is the upload folder. So now I'm going to run the app. So here is the application. I'm going to run the application. Now choose an image from this device. So here I select one image. So that selected image displayed on an image view, and here is an edit text. From this edit text you can provide a name for the image. So here is the upload folder on server side. Now I'm going to upload that image. So here upload successful, and here you can see that image is now available on the application server. Now try to upload another image. Provide an image name. Now try to upload image, and that image is now available on the application server. We can check the database, and here you can see now here the image names are available on the database. So now we are going to create this Android application. We can start with a new Android Studio project. Start a new project. Specify your application name. Select an MD activity and click finish. Okay, here the application is created. First we are going to add the needed permission inside the manifest file. So open manifest folder and open Android manifest.xml. So first we need the internet permission for this application. So here we need to select the image from the external storage. So you need to add the permission for access the external storage. Read from external storage permission. Okay, we need only these two permissions. So now we need to add some dependency for the application. We need to add Volley to this project. So open Gradle file. Open module level Gradle file. Here we need to add the dependency for using Volley. Here I place the dependency for using Volley. Now sync the project. Okay, now the project sync finishes. Now we can create the layout of the application. Okay, here I add all the needed view components. Here the root element is a relative layout. Here is an image view. The purpose of the image view is to display the selected image. So here the ID of the image view is image view, and here we just remove that particular image view from the layout by using the attribute visibility into gone. So we have to display we can display the image view only after user select an image from the gallery. So here is an edit text. So the purpose of the edit text is user can provide a name for the image. Here the ID of the edit text is name. Here this one also we hide it from the layout. We can display it only after user select the image. And here two buttons. The first one is for choose an image from gallery with ID choose BN, and second one is for upload the selected image to the server with ID upload BN. So this is the layout of the application. Now we can start coding. So go to main activity.java. Here we have to declare some variables. Here I declare variable for button. Here we need two variables for button, for upload button and the image chooser button. And here is an edit text, and here is a variable for image view. Now we need to initialize these variables. So here I connect all these variables to the layout view components by using the find view by id method. Okay, now for handling the button click, here I'm going to implement some interface. I'm going to implement the on-click listener interface. So here you need to implement one method. You need to implement the on-click method. So from the on-click method, we have to identify which button is actually clicked by the user. So on the layout, we have two buttons, choose image and upload image. So the first thing we have to identify which image is actually selected by the user. For that, here I'm going to use a switch case statement. So we can get the ID of the selected item from the view parameter. Call the method getID. Now we can check each of the conditions. So the first condition is if it is the first button, that means the choose button. If it is choose button, we have to select an image from gallery and display that image on the image view. So after that, we can break this one. So now I'm going to define a method for select an image from the gallery. I name that method as select image. So for select that image, here I am going to create an indent object. Now set some parameter on the indent. Set type, here we need an image. Now specify an action for the indent. So here I specify the action as intent.action get content. Now we can start an activity. So start activity for result. So here we need to define one more method, one more variable, private final int img request, image request, initialize the value into 1. So for this method you need to pass two parameters. First one is the indent, second one is the request code. Okay, so here we start an activity using start activity for result method. So for get the result, you need to override one more method called on activity result. Okay, so here this is the method for select an image from the gallery. So if the user click the choose button, we have to call that method from the switch case statement. So select image. Okay, so here we got the result on this method called onActivityResult. Here we need to check some condition. If request code equal to image request, that is the first condition. Now specify the second condition. If result code equal to result okay, that is the second condition. Now specify one more condition. If data not equal to null, in that case we can get the image from the gallery and display that image on the image view. So for that, here we need some variables for URI. So get the data, data.get data. Now we can get the bitmap. For that, here I am going to declare some variables for bitmap. I name it as bitmap, and that is also private. Okay, now we can get the bitmap from gallery. So bitmap equal to media store dot images dot media get bitmap. Here you need to pass two parameters. First one is a content resolver and second one is the URI. So you can call the method called get content resolver. Now specify the URI. Here it is path. I think here you need to provide some try catch. Yes. Okay, now here we got the bitmap on this variable called the bitmap. Now we can display the image on the image view. So here it is img view dot set image bitmap and pass the bitmap. Now we can display the image view. Set visibility into visible. At the same time we need to display the edit text. So here it is name, set visibility into visible. Okay, before going to do further coding, we can test it. Okay, now run the application. Select a virtual device, run it. Okay, now the application available on this virtual device. Now I'm going to select an image from gallery, click the button, and nothing happens. Yeah, here we forget to register this button with the click listener. So choose button dot set on click listener, this, and second one is upload button dot set on click listener into this. Okay, now we can try again. Run it again. Okay, now try to select an image from gallery. Click the button. So here it opened the gallery. Now I'm going to select one image. So here it will display that image on the image view, and here is the edit text. By using this edit text, you can provide a name for the image. Okay, now we can perform the upload operation. Okay, before going to start the upload coding, we have to place a PHP script on server side. I already show you the database. So we need a PHP script on the local host. Here I already placed the PHP script on the local host. Here is the PHP script. So here we declare variables called username, user password, host name, database name. Here the host is localhost, database name is db upload. So the first thing, we have to establish a connection to the database. So for that, here I use a function called MySQL connect. For that function, you have to pass parameters like host name, username, password, and database name. And we save the connection to a variable called con. So if the connection success, we have to get the image from the Android app. So here we assume, here we use a post request. So get the data from the Android app, we save the image to the image variable, and we have to get a name for the image, and here the identifier for name is name. Now we need to add this information to the table. We have to add the image name to the table. For that, here we place an SQL query, insert into image info. Here we are going to place only name, and here the value is available on the variable called name. So here I declare a variable called upload path. Here we are going to place the image on a folder called upload, and here we have the image name on this variable called name, and here is the file extension, it is JPG. Now we have to add the image to the particular folder. Before going to upload the image to that folder, we have to update the database. So here we call a function called the MySQL query. For that function, you need to pass two parameter, connection and the SQL query. So if the data successfully inserted to the database, we can upload the image to the image folder, upload folder. So here I use a function called file put contents. First thing, here you need to place you have to provide the upload path. Here the upload path available on the variable called upload path. Now we need to decode the image. So here we use the base64 decode method, and you need to pass the image variable. So after that, we have to send a response to the Android application. So here we send a JSON object. Here we perform some JSON encode, and here the JSON object has one property called response, and here the response is image upload successfully. So if the image upload failed, in that case we send the response into image upload failed. If there is something error on the database connection, again we send the same response, image upload failed. And finally we close the connection to the database. So this is the PHP script available on the server side. Okay, now we can start the coding for image upload. So here we are going to upload the image to the web server using Volley. And here I'm going to follow the singleton pattern for using Volley. So create a new Java class for the Volley singleton with the class name MySingleton. Here I add all the needed method for using Volley. Here is a method that return a request queue. Here is a method that return an object of this class, and here is the method for add each of the requests to the request queue. So now the singleton pattern is ready. Now go to main activity.java. Now we can start the image upload. So for the image upload, here I'm going to define one more method. I name the method as upload image. So here before going to upload the image, we need to convert the image bitmap into string. For that, here I'm going to define one more method. For this method, here the return type is a string value. I name it as image to string. And for this method, we need one parameter, that is a bitmap. So from this method, we are going to convert the bitmap into string. So here we need some variable called byte array output stream. I name it as byte array output stream. So first we are going to compress the bitmap into JPG format. So bitmap dot compress. For this method, you need to pass three parameters. First one is the compression format, second one is the image quality, and final one is the output stream. So here we are going to use the compression format, compress format.jpg. Now the second parameter is the image quality. Here we need 100% image quality, and the final parameter is the output stream. Here we are going to use the byte array output stream. So pass that variable. So here we compress the image into JPG format, and that image is available on the array called the byte array output stream. And now we are going to convert the byte array output stream into bytes. So here I'm going to create a byte array with the variable name img bytes. Now convert the byte array output stream into bytes. So byte array output stream, and call the method toByteArray. So now here the image available on this byte array. Now we are going to encode these bytes, encode the byte into strings, and finally we can return that string value from here. So base64 encode to string. For this method you have to pass two parameters. First one is the byte array, and second one is the flag. So here the byte array is img bytes. Now pass the flag. Here we can use a flag called the base64.default. So this method will return a bitmap in the form of one string value. So from this method we can perform the image upload. So from the switch case statement we can call that method. So here is the second condition. If the user select the upload button, in that case we can call that method upload image. So from this method we can create a Volley string request. Okay, here you have to specify the server URL. So you have to create a variable for the server URL here. So here I declare a variable called the upload URL. That variable contains the path to the PHP script available on the local host. So here I use an IP 10.0.2.2. This is because we are going to test this application on an Android virtual device. All the Android virtual devices using this default IP for accessing the local host. And here the PHP script available on the folder called the image upload app. So now we can start with the string request. So first you have to specify the request method. Here we are going to use the post method. Now specify the server URL, upload URL. Now specify the listener. This is the response listener. Now specify the error listener. Now we can specify the request body. For that you need to override one more method called the getParams. So here I'm going to declare some variables for map. Here the key is string and variable data is also string. I name it as params. It is a hash map. Okay, now we can pass value to the server. So params.put, first specify the key for the data. First here I'm going to pass the image name. So we have to get the image name from the edit text. So here the edit text is name, get the text dot to string and trim it. And now we can pass the image. So here we already convert the image in the form of a string from this method called the image to string. So params.put, here the key for the image is image. Now get the image image to string and pass the bitmap. And finally, we can return that map from this method, return params. Okay, finally we can add the string request to the request queue. So MySingleton dot get in instance main activity dot this and add it to request queue and pass the string request. Okay, now we can handle the server response. So here the response is in the form of a JSON object. So JSON object equal to new JSON object and pass the response. Here you need to add some try catch block. Okay, now get the response from the server. JSON object dot gets string. Here the key is a response. Okay, now we can display the response from server using a toast main activity dot this. Now display the response. And finally display the toast. So after the image successfully uploaded to the server, we can hide the image view and edit text. So here it is, image view, set image resource into 0. Now we can hide it, set visibility into gone. At the same time we can reset the edit text. So here it is, name. Also we can hide it. Okay, now we can test our application. Okay, run the application. Okay, now the application available on this virtual device. Now we can go to the upload folder on server. So here we already have 2 images. I cleared the folder. And now go to the data. Go to PHP myadmin. Okay, here I'm going to clear the database also. Okay, now I clear the database and the upload folder. This is the upload folder. Okay, now we can test our application. We can upload some image. So choose an image. I select an image, specify an image name and upload it. Now that image available on the upload folder. Now we can test the database. Okay, here that data available on the database. Now upload another image. So here that image again uploaded. Now choose another image. Now give a name for the image and upload it. Okay, that image is now available on the upload folder. Okay, check the database. Okay, this is, I accidentally upload some image without a name. That's why this row without name. So this is how we upload images to the application server using Volley.